Inside this box contains awesomeness. A E5-1680 V2. 8 cores, 8 threads, making it 16 at 3 gigahertz. Now we'll open the box and look at it. And we'll be going in that Chinese motherboard up there. Hopefully it turns out pretty well. There she is, unboxed. E5-1680 V2, 3 gigahertz, 8 threads, 8 cores, making it 16. Hopefully it turns out okay. I'm going to take that down and put it in now and see how it goes. Be right back. Okay, it's going to go in there pretty soon. The 1620 V2. 4 cores, 4 threads at 3.7 gigahertz, which is not bad for 26. This cost about 150, which is back in the olden days and when they used to be popular was about $10,000 CPU chip. All right, here we go. I'll go ahead and put it in there. Okay, put the new CPU chip in. There's the old one. There's the new one. Put the thermal paste on. And now I'll go ahead and put the fan back on. And I'm going to go ahead and put brand new thermal compound paste on my graphics card because it's about 14 years old, never been changed. So it's probably due for one. Alright, be right back and boot it up, see what happens. And that's what it looks like for dry thermal paste after 14 years. It's all kind of dried out there. It's like a fine powder. Needs to be reapplied with some new one so you keep the thermals down. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and put it back together and fire it up. Okay. The GTX 970, 3.5 gigabytes of memory. By MSI. Alright, I will pause the video and continue. Okay, we're back. This has cleaned. Put new thermal paste on it. Okay, go ahead and do that now. Okay, I don't know, focus. There we go, put it back together now. Has brand new thermal compound on it, cleaned her up. And now I'm going to put it back together and see how it runs. Alright, I will be back. Alright, be right back. It's alive! It's working. First boot. I wonder if it's going to install some new hardware configuration. Probably not, because the 1620 and the 80s and stuff like that usually about the same. There it is. Look at all those beautiful logical processors. Alright, I'm going to see if I can overclock it a little bit later. I'm going to test some Cinnabinch out right quick and come back to you. There she goes. At 3 gigahertz base clock. Because it's supposed to have hyper threading. I don't think it really does too much, but that's okay. 3 gigahertz on 16 cores is really good. Here's my old CPU in there. There we go. My old CPU 1620 was 660, and this one hit 1187. So yeah, a lot better. So I want to see if I can overclock it pretty soon, but let's go ahead and run the GPU now. See how that goes. Yeah, 102.81 frames per second versus 93.62. So a lot better scores on that. And now we'll see if my BIOS is overclock or not. If not, that's okay. It's well worth the $150 upgrade. And I will see you pretty soon. Bye. Alright, this thing, I think it boosted by itself, but it's 3.699, 3.7 gigahertz on all cores. It scored right here. AMD Ryzen 7 1700 at 3935, AMD Ryzen 7 Pro 3928, Intel Core i9 988H, and mine it says U 3822, which is not bad at all. Going against these newer CPUs. This is about a 13 to 14-year-old CPU. Or maybe a little older now, maybe 15 or 16. But I think that's really good for the scores. It's on the CPU Z benchmark. So I'll tinker around a little bit more, see if I can actually get it up to higher standards. Alright. Okay, what I think about the upgrade, is it worth it? Yes. Only thing I can get it up to is 3.7 gigahertz, because it looked like the overclock, I tried to do 4.1, it won't work, but 3.7 gigahertz is good enough for me. It's on all cores, and I get, let's see here, I have to look it up again. I reran the test, and it hits 1324 now. And if we do, let's see here, CPU-Z. Let's see here. Trying to hurry up and make this outro here. See, 3.699, which is 3.7 gigahertz on 16 threads. Let's see your benchmark. Alright, then we're going to hit validate. submit. And this is really fast. Okay. And then we scroll on down, and it puts me at these ratings here. Still not bad at all, running against the newer boys in town CPUs. So 15-year-old PC chip is running against these guys. Alright, and we just go to... Remember that graphics card I said I wanted the 100 edition graphics card? That one's just supposed to be a standard one with a red... it's a red shield cooler. Well, if you go to here and look up the information off the CPU chip it's doing for me, it pulls up this gaming 100 million edition. This graphics card's got the red on it, not the green, but it's the same thing what they used on that chip of the number. So this is above standards, a better graphics card than the standard one that they have. If you can see that. A little bit better information. So yeah, this is by far the best card I've seen, and you get all of those, except for ray tracing. So yeah, and this thing is really snappy, does everything we're supposed to, and I do recommend it myself. X79, this motherboard was $60. Even with its overclock and stuff, 3.7 with a 1680 V2 in it. Base clock is 3 and goes up to 3. Like I said, 3.7 gigahertz. GTX 970 got for $85. CPU was $150. Motherboard $60. Memory for 16 gigs. 1R8 single RAM is $40, but it holds about 32 gigs, so I might update it later. But okay, this is enough. Hope you have a good one. Have a good one. Bye.